This is my 1 year review of the Salomon Gore-Tex XT6. Honestly, this shoe is so perfect in a lot of ways and only a few cons, in my honest opinion. So let's talk about it. The biggest reason why I got this shoe is because of the Gore-Tex upper. I've had Gore-Tex products in the past with snowboarding gloves, and they're meant to serve their purpose, which is to keep you dry and not wet from the snow, which is really important. And so I wanted a rain boot, but also an all-around shoe that you can go for hiking, running, a bit of a Swiss Army knife. And so I found out about Salomon, and I really liked the look because it has that hiking aesthetic, but at the same time super utilitarian. It has a lot of features that I'm really interested in. And after a year, it's still holding up really, really well. My first main point, as I said before, is the waterproof aspect. It's still waterproof. I've used this shoe in the winter, like right now in Northeast, where it's winter time and it's snowing, and also in the rain, especially in New York when it's raining in the summer or fall, springtime, and you're in these random alleyways without a lot of sewer systems, and you're gonna end up with your feet wet, which has happened to me before, and I just really wanted to prevent that. And so I did some digging, and after a year, as you can see, it's still holding up super well, and I've never had any issues. I never got my feet wet, and I've never had a moment where I regretted buying this shoe, because it's just so good in so many ways. And a lot of people buy rain boots, and this just does that, and it looks good at the same time. And it's pretty hard to find a shoe in this type of colorway. I know a lot of companies are trying to do that beige, natural, aesthetic, and I feel like this shoe just gets it right. It hits all the right spots. It has the black contrasting with the beige, and I just love beige. I've been getting into beige a lot. And the Salomon in the middle, just so different from like a typical Nike logo. It just feels like a racing tag, which it is, because they're a racing brand for snowboarding, skiing primarily, and now they're getting into running, which I believe they've been doing for a while now. Running wise, I've used this in the gym, and it's all right. It's not the best, but definitely more for hiking, where you're not running super fast, where in the gym I like to push my shoes, and it's not really a running shoe. It's more of a hiking lifestyle shoe, which I use. And I use this shoe, I don't know, 3 out of 7 times a week. I just really love it. It's super comfortable, which brings me to my next point: comfortability. At first, the shoe is a little bit tight. After a year, it really hugs and conforms to your feet, which I really love. The biggest problem for me in this shoe is the insole that comes with the shoe. I'll see if I can find it and show you, but I changed it, I don't even know, 3 times. Tried different insoles, and it just wasn't comfortable enough to conform to my feet because I have wide feet. And so I literally went to Walmart and got this $3 Dr. Scholl's. I'll show a picture of what I'm trying to reference to, but this insole for $3 is so much better than whatever they put in the Salomon from the factory. For me personally, it's so much more comfortable, and after a year, you can't go wrong with $3. You can replace that any day, and you can cut it up depending on how you like it and based on your exact foot size. But for me, it just works a lot better, and I don't know why. It's like I tried to use with the original insole and then without it, and the shoe just didn't feel right. Because if you've ever bought Ultra Boost, a lot of people do that. But I bought these, and I'll try to link them. These are, I believe they're called heel cups, and they honestly saved this shoe for me because it lets me put my feet to get a little bit more height, and it's just so much more comfortable, and it feels like a brand new shoe. And I think everybody needs this, and they don't really talk about it in the community as far as the videos that I've seen and the forums I've seen on Reddit. They don't really bring this up, but to me it's so much more comfortable this way. I would highly recommend it. And my feet never really sweat in this shoe unless I'm wearing super thick socks, usually in the winter. But otherwise in the summer, there's enough breathability in the Gore-Tex upper that it's not serving as a blanket, but a little bit more breathable in my experience. My final point is the structure. The shoe has maintained its shape over a year and hasn't really deformed whatsoever. Obviously I really wear this shoe like almost every day, and it still looks amazing. It hasn't flattened out. The structure and the actual build quality is actually insane, and it was a little bit more expensive than the base model, and I got it off of Essence for a bit cheaper, I think around $180, and then with tax it's like $20. So if you can find this shoe for whatever deal that you can, I would honestly highly recommend it, because it's such a steal. It's such a all-around shoe. It's such a Swiss Army knife of a shoe. You can wear it to running, you can wear it casual, formal, maybe not formal, but you know what I mean. I could bring it to work in a office setting, and it doesn't feel like out of touch. It feels casual. It feels like a running shoe that's casual, but you can also make it more formal if you wanted to. I try to give some examples that I find on the internet, but I usually like to wear this shoe with either jeans or running pants or sweatpants. They look best in that way. And there's a bunch of silhouettes that I've been experimenting with that I've seen on YouTube, and I've gotten inspiration from, and this shoe is just so good for what it's worth, and I would honestly buy another pair, and that's just how much I love it. And I was a big Ultra Boost fan. I don't know which year, I'll try to pull it up, but that shoe to me was perfect, and it was super comfortable, and it was the one that you took out the insole, and then so you can feel the foam a bit more. And this shoe just does exactly that. It's super comfortable. You do need to change the insoles, which I feel like the one that's in the shoe is way too thin for my personal taste, and so I'm highly recommending for another insole. There's another brand, forgot the name, but yeah, the insole that came from the factory was really that good. And for the bonus, this shoe just looks amazing. I mean, you really can't beat it. It's hard to find a decent looking shoe in this look. It is a hiking shoe first and foremost, but to me it can be used for anything. You can bring it to the office, as I said, or you can just wear it every day, lifestyle type of shoe, and have comfortable feet all day long without feeling sore at the end of the day. To me, the Gore-Tex model, comparing it to the base model is great, but I feel like if you just pay a little bit more, you can get a lot more features, such as the quick pull tab, which is very heavily inspired by snowboarding boots. It's just so much more efficient than regular lacing. I think it's called the quick lace. So usually it come like this, right? At the end of the day, you unlace it and it's like this, and then it's super loose. Put your foot in, and then you lace it up, nice and comfortable. Or you can, a lot of people like to tuck it in. Just like that, and it's super clean, and it's gone, and it doesn't look like you have any laces. I don't know, it's just super utilitarian, Swiss Army knife shoe. I highly recommend it for anybody. And I got a lot of compliments when I wear this shoe compared to my other shoes. I feel like it's so different, and if you know, you know. You know what I mean? Getting in and out of this shoe is just such an ease. I don't really have to think about it. I kind of just take it on and off, and I don't have to really retie them like traditional shoes. So honestly, I just love this shoe. What you get is what you pay for. I think it outperforms a lot of shoes in this price point, around that $200 to $250 range. And so to me, I would get another pair. I would recommend it to you, to my friends, anybody that's looking for a shoe that's utilitarian, that you can wear for any type of outfit. Waterproof, the biggest thing, because nobody wants to have wet socks at the end of the day. And so you should go out and buy it if you can. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.